In the question that I've chosen to answer, the fixed distance is 0.75 meters. The absolute uncertainty is 0.01 meters, and the percentage of uncertainty is 5%. And the question is asking us to find the absolute uncertainty when n is equal to 6. So what I did is I used this formula from the data booklet and I changed the value, so the change in v over v equals the change in the distance over d plus the change in time over t, which is time. And then I substitute the values, so it's going to be the change in v over 0.4 plus 0.1 over 0.01 over 0.75 plus 0.05. And now what we do is we use algebra. So we do the change in v equals 0.4 multiplied by this, which is 0.01 over 0.75 plus 0.05. And if you use your calculator, the answer should be 0.025 meters per second. For the second part of question A, it is asking you to find the corresponding point of n equals to 6, which is the 0.4, and the uncertainty is 2.5 blocks. So now if you draw a line graph, it is going to look something like this. Now it's asking us to use the data points n equals 2 and n equals 4 in order to show whether or not v is proportional. And whenever you have v being proportional to n, it means that v equals constant times n, or v divided by n is equal to a constant term. Now we'll see if by substituting 2 and 4 and dividing, if it comes to a constant k at the end. So our v when n equals 2 is equal to 0.24 over 2, because we bring this 2 here, which is equal to 0.12, and when n is equal to 4, it's 0.34 over the 4, which is equal to 0.085, and therefore it's not proportional because we don't get a constant value at the end. Now for part D, we're trying to find if v is proportional to the square root of n, and we have been given a graph of v squared versus n. Let's write down the formulas here. So v is proportional to n squared. This means that v is equal to a constant number times the square root of n, sorry. Which is equal to v squared, because you cancel out the square root, which is equal to v squared is equal to a constant term times n, and we're trying to see if v squared is proportional to n. And to get a proportional graph, the line has to go through the origin, which is 0, 0, and it has to be a straight line. Therefore, this is proportional.